What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. It finally happened. 2 days ago we had our very first look at official Hogwarts Legacy gameplay. It's been like a year and a half since we first saw that game in action, and let me tell you, the wait was excruciating. But now we have a full 15 minutes of gameplay going over the game's systems and mechanics, as well as some behind the scenes footage. And well, how do I say this? It looks absolutely incredible. Honestly, I couldn't believe what I was watching. It just kept going, and every minute of it was blowing my mind. If done right, Hogwarts Legacy could be a dream come true. Ever since I saw the first movie when I was a kid, I wanted to go to a wizarding school, and this is it. I mean, there's been many Harry Potter games in the past, but this looks like a straight up wizard simulator. Some kind of mix between Fable and Bully, which sounds amazing to me. Last year, when I did my first 2 videos on this game, there was a lot of people who were saying that I was setting myself up for a disappointment and that my expectations were too high. And some people had even bigger wishes than me that I found ridiculously huge and almost impossible to accomplish. But if I'm being completely honest, I think that our expectations might have been actually too low. Of course, we need to see how the game turns out, but this is looking much more ambitious than I initially thought. So I wanted to highlight my key takeaways from this gameplay reveal and share a few thoughts I have. First off, I was very impressed by the game's presentation. Visually speaking, it looks amazing. The castle looks so good and so faithful, not just to what we see in the movies, but to the overall spirit of the wizarding world. It's as if they extracted every word from the books and managed to bring them to life. Every location, from the common rooms, the classrooms, all the way to Hogsmeade and the various dungeons, looks jam-packed with details. Of course, it's not perfect because, well, the game isn't finished yet. There's definitely a lot of polish that needs to be done. The frame rate is all over the place, some of the animations feel unfinished, things like that, but I'm not worried in the slightest. We're still months away from release, so the developers have plenty of time to work on those things. But overall, I think it looks fantastic for an open world, and I love the art style, whether we're talking about the environments, the character designs, or even the visual effects. They showed a couple of artworks and the behind-the-scenes footage at the end of the presentation, and I think they did a fantastic job at recreating the whimsical look of those concept arts. And the use of lighting is also really impressive, and as you can see, lighting will be influenced by a day and night cycle, which was one of my main wishes for that game actually. But time of day isn't the only thing to influence the game's visuals. Yes, seasons have been officially confirmed, and I think we can safely assume that we will also have the various holidays like Christmas and Halloween. Then what I was really hoping to see during this gameplay reveal was the student life aspect of the game, and we had plenty of things to see. First, you will be able to create a character and choose which house you want to be in. Then you are completely free to explore the castle and make some friends, which will actually become companions that you can bring on adventures with you. And the world looks highly interactive, with puzzles to solve and secrets to uncover. And according to the developers, life at Hogwarts is as much about finding secret chambers and sneaking into the restricted section as it is learning to cast spells and make potions. You can visit Hogsmeade to buy different items, and you can also collect various ingredients in the open world, but I'm curious to hear more about the mundane stuff like eating, talking to students, drinking butterbeers, simple things like that. The game already looks very immersive, but those little details could definitely bring it a step further, in my opinion. But of course, going to Hogwarts means going to class. So far, the confirmed classes are Charms, Defense Against the Dark Arts, Herbology, Potions, Beasts, and Flying, because yes, you can use Broomflight to travel around the world more quickly, which looks freaking amazing, although those animations do need a little bit of work, but the mere idea of flying over Hogwarts sounds like music to my ears. They didn't say anything about Quidditch yet, but they haven't denied it either, so fingers crossed for that. One thing that I loved about the classes is how you can bring what you learn on the battlefield. And combat looks really solid. I do need to see more of it because right now it's a little bit hard to picture how it feels to play, but apparently you'll be able to mix and match dozens of spells, use all sorts of potions, environmental hazards, and also use different tools and abilities you might have learned during one of your classes, like using mandrakes to incapacitate enemies, for instance. Talking about spells, the highly requested Unforgivable Curses have been confirmed, at least one of them, so I wonder how this will feed into the game's morality system. We still don't know anything about it, but it has to be in the game, so I'm definitely excited to hear more. But if there's one thing I took away from this whole gameplay presentation is how freaking massive this game looks. I mean, we knew we could explore Hogwarts, Hogsmeade, the Forbidden Forest, and maybe a couple of other locations, but the open world goes way beyond the castle's walls. It looks like there's entire countrysides to explore, filled with hamlets, forests, caves, and dungeons. In a PlayStation blog post that I highly suggest you check out, the developers had to say this about the scale of the game. We wanted you to have new locations to discover, to see what lies around and beyond the Black Lake, to meet new witches and wizards in the dwellings that dot the landscape beyond Hogsmeade, and learn what other undiscovered chambers lie within Hogwarts or scattered across the Scottish Highlands. Reading this actually gave me goosebumps. I went to Scotland in 2019, and if they managed to remotely capture the magic that emanates from that place, exploring this world will be truly something else. And if that was all there was to Hogwarts Legacy, I would have been the happiest man on earth, but there's actually more. Introducing the famous Room of Requirement. This is a fully customizable space where you will be able to grow plants and harvest your own ingredients, as well as upgrade your character and your gear. But that's not the end of it. There's also vivariums where you can nurture fantastic beasts you rescued in the open world. This is such an interesting and clever way to use the lore and turn it into an actual gameplay element. And that's the beauty of the wizarding world, in my opinion. Just take fast travel. They could use the Flu network, port keys, or even apparition. There's just so many cool possibilities. I don't know about you guys, but I am beyond excited for this game. Hogwarts Legacy is supposed to come out at the end of this year. Hopefully it won't be delayed a second time, but if the game needs it, I'm ready to wait a bit more if it means getting a final product that meets our expectations. Because the last thing I want to be is disappointed. But I have a good feeling about this one, and I wish the team all the best in this final stretch of development. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what I do, please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more. That's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys later.